Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here, this time reviewing on issue 3 of Masters of the Universe, Masterverse. Now, I'm sorry that it's been a while since I haven't done much reviewing. It's just that I've basically got my Kindle busted, so I got myself a camera, and like I said, this is going to be my new reviewing style and what it's going to be. So, yeah, Masterverse is basically showing other alternatives of He-Man from other universes, one of which is meant to feature the design of Battleground Teela and a more barbarianish He-Man. And the story starts off how, after stopping Zodiac from going too far, we kind of see how the Sorceress tries to get the Zodiac to see reason, and we kind of see how she shows him a world in where basically a young warrior maiden known as Teela is mainly dealing with the sort of unknown substances and other stuff in a sort of like fantasy world version of Eternia. And we kind of see how, she kind of sees how a shaman version of Beastman is dealing with the other primitives of Eternia. And even comes to the realization that there's more connections to him than she realized. And even remembers the previous champions before her. And decides to try and save him. And of course, and as soon as she goes and deals with saving Beastman, we kind of see her saying, "Silence, I've come to free you, Beastman. A noble offer, but I'm afraid a whisper will do you no good, Teela." And we kind of see how, it's a primitive version of Prince Adam saying, "Not when the sight of you attracts so much attention." And we kind of see how they both try to duke it out. And we kind of see how Beastman watches it through. And this is the both of them coming to a standstill. And just as, Teela's about to kind of gun down He-Man, we see Beastman saying, "No, warrior goddess. The boy must not die." What? And we see him point out witness and that, and showing that, they're in a sort of other dimension. And turns out there's more connections to it. And we see how, that there's also the Horde who have kind of invaded this world and mainly leave off. The next story is meant to feature a barbarianist version of He-Man saying, "Huh? What happened?" "The Ghost Lord, she ran the ground, she did." "I don't remember." "Of course not, Lord. You were even drunk than the rest of us." And we see how they journey out to the Isle of Grayskull. And we see how, there's a version of Ranman, Manyface, and Stratos. And we see how they journey it through on their quest and dealing with unknown sources of danger. And of course, they mainly find out that a evil warlord known as Skeletor has planned to create the ultimate sword. And him saying, "See how once individual metal is planned, becoming my tool of destruction. Soon the same will be said of you, sorceress." And we kind of see how they want to help her, but we kind of see how Prince Adam decides not to. And of course, after having a few drinks and that, we see how the others had journeyed out to save the sorceress, and we see how He-Man realizes to his shock and anger that they basically gave their lives to save the sorceress. And just as Skeletor's about to come into power, we see He-Man basically taking down Trapjaw and going for Skeletor. And of course, him saying, "You're powerful, barbarian. Perhaps if you had not followed your friends on their heroic quest, they wouldn't have been cursing your name as they died." And of course, we see him taking down Skeletor, and the Sorceress's spirit now residing onto Prince Adam's sword and clears it out alone now. And yeah, after this, we kind of see him saying, we see the Zodiac saying, enough. Yes, sorceress, I see it now, even in realms plagued by war and death, He-Man reveals in spirit. I need not ask your Adam suffers to know this. And we see how the sorcerer shows one last thing, a world where other heroes got inspired by He-Man. And the next story is obviously going to be the whole Netflix He-Man series, which isn't a bad series, just not as good as what I think the 2002 one got right. And yeah, this is the story. So I kind of feel this one is sort of alright. Like, obviously, yeah, the point of Teela's design here is meant to be based on the whole Battleground Teela toy. And we kind of have a Conan the Barbarian-ish version of He-Man. I think it's an okay story. Not going big or massive. Just something that I think is a little basic. So I think it deserves thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but kind of okay. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.